Right there.
So then you can
Drink,
do
drink.
me. You can do me.
Yeah. Oh, suit you, sir.
Oh, shoot, sir. Like being done, do you, sir? Like being 20. I just gone offline.
That's right. Mine's been dropping out at 11:15 recently. So.
No, the UI for this screen is pretty bad. So I have to. I'm online, but now I need to not create a new character. Now I need to select lobby, and but I have to go. It's a bit odd. I should select my character, then it should say play or lobby. How do I create a game? I wonder how I create a game on a pad.
Not very good. Not easy at all, is it?
No. So remember, this is the same game as on the console. So when I press A on game name, the screen goes dark, but it doesn't pop up a keyboard. But it goes dark as if it was about to pop up a keyboard.
Because you haven't got the chat pad installed, I suppose.
Well,
would it work with a chat pad? That'd be silly, but cool.
Well, it might do, but more importantly, it's not a console.
Yeah, so it can't put up the console thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I've created a game that you can join directly because you're my friend.
Okay.
But yeah, I totally agree. There is just something about. I mean, I can sit back in my chair a little bit. There we go. Slouch back from the screen and just. Because I was thinking, if we're going to play Diablo 3, I'm thinking, I don't remember how to play Diablo 3 on keyboard and mouse.
How do I directly join? Sorry, I'm doing it from
Battle.net, I guess.
I don't see that option. Am I going dappy?
Well, maybe, or probably. Well, yes, but that's a different problem. But it says allow direct joining.
I wonder how I do that. I've got the game running, so.
Hold on 2 seconds. Let me see if I can. Maybe I have to.
Oh, you said oi. Right, hold on. You said oi. Now can I? Report chat and block. Add people. Open chat new window. Have a chat on there. No, don't do that.
Add people. Open chat. Oh.
Oh, so something's changed there. Where I'm in. Hello.
Titty is not an allowable word. Okay, so you don't. So it's not from here.
Tit isn't either.
Yeah.
Friends list. Hold on, friends list. Right, hold on. Oh, right, hold on. So friends list.
The problem is that just makes it look worse. If I call
there we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, I got it. So it's off that friends list there.
What?
Off the chat window.
What? Huh?
Come in.
Where? How do you do it?
So to.
On the left of the chat window, I see.
If I drop out, I'll show you.
I'll see the left of the chat window, but what do you? Maybe it's because I'm in the game.
So on the chat drop downs, sorry, the top left of the window, you've got lobby channel. Okay. You've also got one lobby, and you're the only friend who's online, so I can choose you as a friend to talk to.
Where are you looking?
Top left.
Of.
In the lobby window. So I've got on the right, I've got create game, join game, ladder.
Oh, right, in the Diablo 2 window. Okay, right, I see. So,
yes.
So you can't do it from Battle.net? That seems like a bit of an oversight.
And then, then I have to click. How do I do that? Then I have to click friends list. So down here, I've got DJ Arcus sort of pre-selected as the person I'm going to whisper to.
Yeah.
So click up there, click down there. Then I've got friends. And then if I then right, is it left? It's not even a left click. It's a right click. Fuck me. Let me print screen that for you.
But on Steam, it's really, really easy and obvious to join your friend. It doesn't always work, but.
Yeah. The lock. Come on, give me the lock. Right, let me paste that. So it's.
Oh wow, there is some serious lag here. I put like eight arrows into the bad guy, and then he took all the damage at once.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Apparently, they've been having a lot of issues. To the point where people are starting to really complain, but I haven't seen it. There's no way I would play this to a high level. Hardcore, high difficulty. Not that it's been out a while.
I guess because it's basically a new game in terms of the mechanism in the back that's driving things. It's got to be bound to be, a few little problems.
Yeah, but this is Blizzard. This is Blizzard who did, World of Warcraft and Hearthstone in Diablo 3. Like, you think they'd be very, very good at doing a back end. To be fair, I mean, New World has been having huge amounts of issues as well. And people said this is Amazon. And when Amazon are struggling with online server hosting, you know that it's a more complicated issue than however difficult you think it is. It's more complicated than that. If you think, oh, they could just run at small servers, it's like, this is Amazon. They have all the servers. They run most of the internet. Should have been around last night, by the way. We played Armageddon, and it's fucking awesome, Minecraft. Really,
I'll drop a ring for you in town here.
Oh, you're in my game.
Oh,
yes. If you just come to me a sec. Let's just go kill. So I tried to play this single player, and I was well at my depth because I've been not twicked to death, but I was killing Andariel. Not Andariel. Is that Andariel?
Yeah. Level 1 mob. Level 1 boss.
Level 1 boss?
Level 1 boss, yeah. Not level 1, sorry. Act 1 boss.
Yeah, Act 1 final boss. Yeah, just because she can drop loot, you should drop gems, and she drop a bunch of yellows. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'll go and pick up the... I can't remember what I need now. I think I just need the headstone. I'm like, oh, I ain't doing this in a hurry. But yeah, I mean, don't forget this is quite low level for you. It's also weird. So other things, I'm surprised they haven't fixed. So right now, I don't know what level you are. I don't know how I find out what level you are. You think that would be an obvious thing? Because in Diablo 3, at all points, it shows every other player in your party's paragon. So you've got a really good idea of how much they play and how powerful they are. You know, it doesn't say how good they are, but you've got a pretty quick idea of where they are in the progression. Whereas now, I don't know what level you are. You could be level 5, or you could be level 5 or anything.
I'm actually 35, and my merc is 34.
The latest in my car purchasing saga. I had 3 cars left to test drive, and I've made up my mind. And then I test drove the Tesla, and now I'm like...
all confused again.
Well, as I said, once I started to drive, I test drove the Tesla for about 45 seconds. I put my foot down.
45 what?
About 45 seconds. Then I put my foot down, and I uttered a great number of denominational curses at that point, and I was like, oh man, I made my decision. I was only testing the Tesla because I wanted to make, I just want to do my due diligence. I don't want a Tesla.
Don't want to decide on a car like a bag of wank.
Yeah. And I want to have a good picture. The thing is, all the cars I tested, and I tested cars from 24,000 up to 50,000, they're all pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. 0 to 60 in between 6 and 8 seconds. To the point where my arse can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
The Tesla, on the other hand, is out of this fucking world. Like, properly... First of all, how is this legal? And wow, like. I
suppose the benefit of it being an electric vehicle also means that you don't. The comparison doesn't. There's no comparison to electric to petrol, because petrol car, if you've got a 3 litre engine or a really heavy, really big, powerful engine, even if it's idling, it's going to be using more fuel than a more economical version. Whereas with an electric vehicle, it can be using. It can be as economical as it likes when you're being gentle and pootling. And when you want to be an absolute beast, you can just stick your foot to the floor.
You do lose a couple of % of performance, of range. A powerful electric car is at most a couple of % less efficient than a small car, but it is only a small amount. It genuinely is. But yeah, And when I boot it, I mean, there's not much, if anything, short of a £250,000 race car that's going to beat that car. I couldn't. I mean, I'm used to fast vehicles, you know, really am. I've never in my life had anything like that on road tyres in the wet on the road take off like a scalded cat with a poker up its bum. Just wow. So now I have a difficult decision because my there's the exit top left. So my brain.
Hold on. Let's just see what this is. That is Berserker's helm. Berserker's headgear helm.
I'm not a berserker. That's not much use.
Will that go on in there? I wonder.
Barbarian only, isn't it?
Bits on Amazon.
Oh. But yeah, my brain says I should get the much more sensible Volkswagen, which is cheaper. But my heart says I should get the Tesla. The Tesla's the only car, and I've driven like 12 electric cars in the last 2 weeks, the only one that put a smile on my face. Genuinely, I came out grinning, and I'm like, can you put a price on that? Well, you can, and the price is £20,000 more than the ID4. So I'm still, yeah. But I can afford it. Whether or not I should is obviously a different question. But yeah, I'm like,
Drop your diamond there, feel it?
Oh man,
I'll put that to good use.
I didn't want to be in that situation where I'd settled on the fairly sensible mid-size hatchback, not the. I read a great description that described the Model 3's acceleration as unhinged. I'm like, yep, that's right. So yeah, I think I'm going to, because I shouldn't think of it as spending £60,000. I should think of it as spending some money, and if I don't like it, I can sell it. I'm not out 60 grand. I'm out 60 grand minus the depreciation. However much that would be over however long I decided that was a stupid idea to buy it.
And the other question I have is, what would you do with your more smart roadsters and that sort of thing?
So I would be getting rid of the smart roadsters. What I was thinking is, what I'll do is I'll get the Tesla and see if I want to continue to use the roadster. I've got a roadster that's in good condition and a roadster that's in slightly less good condition.
This ring here's for you, by the way, this manual heel.
Okay, I can't actually pick everything up here because I've run out of space. Yeah, no, what I'd do is I would get rid of the slightly more knackered smart roadster and then keep the other one and just see if I use it. Do I go, you know what, I don't ever want to drive that again, the Tesla's that much better, or do I still go, oh, I really like this car? It's that sort of thing, because I don't know. I'm keeping the Scooby because at least for that, because that's a different kettle of car.
Well, not if you say it's fast as you say it is.
Oh, I'm not joking. This is not just a bit faster than the Scooby. This destroys the Scooby. But it is a car that's double the price of what the Scooby was new, and 23 years newer. But yeah, there's no competition. I mean, I love the Impreza. It is an astounding piece of engineering that has done so well for so many years. But this is unhinged. I like that. I'm going to describe it as unhinged.
I'm going to throw these items for you.
So I've got room
Just
now.
in front of you.
Oh, did you grab the other?
Yep. A couple of the yellows. And identify them. There's no other goodies around here we've missed.
I've got a pair of gloves with knockback, which is so that's how I defeated Diablo the first time on Diablo 1, as I just knocked him back. He couldn't get in with a bow and arrow, so he couldn't get into range with like a level 3 bow of the bear. It took about 10 minutes, but
oh, because the knockback was so good.
He just couldn't get to me.
Yeah.
Why is there not a button marked buy a whole stack of scrolls? They went on about how they've improved the accessibility, and it's like, but you haven't, have you? I have to buy 6 town portal scrolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool, scroll the mouse over. Now I need to buy 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see then. Quest log. I need the... Oh, I need the headpiece, I think. I got the Heradric Skull, the Heradric Cube, and the Staff of Kings. I need the headpiece. That's the Claw Viper Temple, I believe.
Alright, let me just bring the notes up.
Which is attached to the Lost City, which is from Valley of the Kings, I think.
You want you want the top, the Claw Viper Temple, yeah. So it's Far Oasis.
Far Oasis, that's it, then Lost City.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
It's over here somewhere. Oh, hold on, I've got the Lost City waypoint. Let's just.
So do I.
Yeah, Valley of Snakes. Okay.
No, it's fun, the Valley of Snakes. I didn't say the value of snakes. It's the value of snakes.
Valueless bastards.
The other thing is about making a decision about what car to get is I have been paying attention to some of the owners' forums and some of their comments about the, not build quality, because quite frankly, I think people whine about that way too much. But for me, as a nerd, I do care about the ride, but I care to a large degree about the infotainment, the electronics. And Tesla just knock it out the park. Update after update after update. So Volkswagen promised updates every 3 months on the ID3. They haven't done a single update yet. But it's that sort of stuff. It's like Tesla are a software company that happens to make some hardware. VW are a hardware company that makes a small amount of software. And we've had this discussion before about apps to control pieces of hardware and how it's the worst thing. So apparently the Honda app, people aren't updating their phones because it makes it even crashier. And people are like, there's nothing wrong with the app apart from the fact that it's unusable. Like, it crashes so much you can't use it. It's like, oh, this does not sound right. And again,
in terms of integration with the car.
Well, so Honda charge you £60 a year for I think it's called Smart Connect, and that lets you use your phone as the key to the car. So you don't have to bother carrying the key around and your phone. You just carry your phone will start the car. And they're like, as long as the app hasn't crashed, because then you can't. And the app crashes constantly. And this costs £60 a year. And again, they're not fixing the app. The app is broken, and it's staying broken.
Not very good.
And that's not what I want. Whereas Tesla, I know for a fact, have been they've done extremely good things. So, for example, the smaller capacity battery cars and the bigger capacity battery cars are exactly the same car. It's the same hardware because it's cheaper for them to build 2 different battery sizes and just charge you for what you get. So like the 486, SX and DX, the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when there was the Hurricane Irma, they over-the-air software unlocked all of the low-range Teslas to become high-range Teslas, so people could get out of the Hurricane without having to stop and recharge their car. And that's the sort of stuff that I...
So I need you to explain that to me, because I don't understand that.
So, in some Teslas, as I said, the batteries are the same. It doesn't matter what battery you've bought. You get the same size battery, but the amount of capacity you're allowed to use depends on what version of the car you bought. So this is cheaper for them than having 2 different batteries. Does that make sense? So the batteries are all the same size, but you get what you paid for. It's a pylon though.
Yeah.
But when the Hurricane Irma kicked off, over the air, they unlocked...
So it was a temporary sort of update.
A temporary update giving everyone access to the full capacity of their battery because they knew there wasn't enough capacity to charge them all, and they wanted to make sure everyone could get out. And I was like, wow, that is what I want to see a car company doing. People asked, can you put in the...
reverse arse screwing them over,
Yeah. Well, can you put a dog mode in? So when you've left your dog in the car... It keeps the aircon on so the dog doesn't die of overheating, and it puts a sign.
Windows.
It doesn't. No, it keeps the windows shut, but it keeps the aircon running, and it puts a sign on the big iPad in the middle of the Tesla going, if the temperature in the car is 21 degrees, the aircon is on, my owner will be back soon. It's things like that. And I noticed there was an option marked clean the screen. And I tapped it, and it makes the screen go...
Clean the screen.
Clean the screen. So it makes the screen go perfectly black, so you can see all the fingerprints. And you hold your finger in the bottom right-hand corner for 5 seconds to put it back to normal mode. And stuff like that. Why does not every car manufacturer have this? Why does my PC have that? So if you want to clean your screen, you need to lock the keyboard and turn the monitor off. You know, so you can see. Yeah. You can't do it with
you have to turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off. But it was this. I was like, oh well, they've thought about how people are actually using it, and I was like, it's that sort of stuff that I want to support.
We don't have ancient tunnels, do we?
I really no, that's just a dead end. But yeah, whereas I think VW have, I think that's a cracking car, but I don't have much faith the app would be anything other than painfully horrible. It's
I think we missed the Valley of Snakes.
It's totally not up. It's totally not up here. I've done it all the way around, I think.
We go over this wall then.
But as I said, I really, really don't. I think a lot of Tesla owners are arseholes online. I really did not want to become part of that.
What do you mean? They're crowing about it, you mean?
Well, they're like,
boasting.
It's like BMW drivers. They're all arseholes. Tesla drivers won't shut up about how good their car is. And it's like, right, I mean, you know, yeah, okay. But the thing is, I mean, I'm sure Ferrari owners don't shut up about how good their car is. The difference is they don't post on Twitter very much. You know, they're Ferrari owners. And I think that's part of it. And I just didn't want to become a Tesla fanboy. And I actually drive one going, oh, fuck me, these are... I see why people think they're so good. This is not just a little bit good.
Not hyperbole.
As I said, it's unhinged. It's more acceleration than you need. And quite frankly, that appeals to me. But this is the bit that then, you know, crossed my mind. So I said I test drove about a dozen cars. I've no idea probably no idea what I'm getting. As I test drove...
got it.
Okay. Which direction?
South.
Wait, you have to... Okay.
Southwest.
Okay, I'm
but
on my way.
If I come on if I can see you, you should be able to come up. You need to come northwest to me.
I'm heading southwest.
Northwest.
But I can't see you, so...
okay, you're going off the screen. Go north. Go up the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm to your southwest.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I test drove about a dozen cars, and not a single one offers a performance version. So bear in mind, with an electric car, a performance version is mostly about cables more than anything else. Same battery, same motor.
It's getting that power to them to drive a bit quicker.
It's the cables. So why doesn't every single car offer a performance version? If I could get the ID3, but with a £5,000 upgrade that gave it 500 horsepower, you know what? That might have been my purchase. But for the price point, this thing is just utterly batshit, and that doesn't appeal to everyone. I'm not expecting many people would get the performance upgrade, but you want to sell to as many people as you can, and this is why I'm very glad I've test driven so much, because I thought the Honda was pretty good, like the first little thing I did, and it was pretty good, and then I've driven this one going, yes.
But then you're there's like driving the top of the range best in class at the moment, isn't it?
No, well, this is the thing. So the Tesla's 60 grand. The e-tron, the Audi e-tron, starts at 93,000.
Yeah.
This is the Tesla X is about 115,000. This is the thing. To me, I think £60,000 is a lot for a car. But I've done so much research over the last few weeks. I begin to realise that actually, that's not even an expensive car. That's just middle of the range. But that's this is how much cars are. You could argue all cars are expensive, which is but the difference is there's a difference between cheap and inexpensive. Yeah. So the Tesla has hypercar performance. For that performance, it's definitely inexpensive. It is not a.
I mean, what is the servicing costs and that sort of thing like?
It's nothing. So Robert Llewellyn always jokes that his Nissan Leaf, he reckons that when they service it, they wash it and they refill the wiper bottle, and that's it. There's nothing to. I mean, you long term, after 10 years, you want to check things like suspension and rust on the prop shaft, and those sort of things. But short term, There's nothing. There's nothing to go wrong. You would. There isn't. I mean, I would genuinely question what the servicing was. I mean, changing the pollen filter is probably about the only thing you'd actually do. Check the battery isn't degrading quickly, I guess, and actually, hold on, let's have a look. Let's have a Tesla servicing interval. Let's have a look. Replace the cabin air filter every 2 years. Replace the HEPA filter every 3 years. Rotate your tires. Yeah, no shit. Check your brake fluid every 2 years. Air conditioning every 6 years. That's it. Yeah. Does my car... So this is the thing. So people like, say, Volkswagen, they are referred to as legacy manufacturers. And the point is that Tesla...
Legacy... Oh, because they're making legacy cars?
They make legacy cars. They've been around, yeah. So the difference is they're used to this yearly service stuff. Whereas the Tesla just says, your car does not require an annual service. What would you service? What wears out? They're brushless motors. But yeah, basically the Tesla will tell you...
They're basically missing out on a post-sales opportunity.
Well, no. Yeah. The point is they're not trying to persuade you to spend £200 a year to do nothing, to achieve nothing.
Well, they must have an MOT. So
yeah, but that's nothing to do with servicing. You don't need an MOT. You don't need to have your car serviced for an MOT.
Yes, but normally you would do the two. You know, you'd have a service and then get it MOT'd.
Yeah, but you don't have to. There's no requirement to service your car at all, ever. Like that's not a thing.
Yeah, as long as it's still safe.
You should service your car, but you don't have to.
But the MOT is no guarantee of safety. MOT is just a sort of it's a minimum sort of standard.
I don't know. Oh shit, I died. To be honest, I'd slightly disagree. I'd say that the MOT is safety, but that's it. Can you send me a TP? I died, by the way.
Yep.
So yeah, the MOT is pretty much safety and nothing else. It checks tread, brakes, you know, but it doesn't check your car's running well. So yeah, it's. But my point is that. Oh, hold on. I know where the exit is down to level 2.
Okay.
Come to me. The point is that legacy car manufacturers want to get you in each year to charge you some money.
Well, if you go to their dealerships, yeah. But, I mean, any ICE needs to be...
No, forget ICE, forget ICE. So when I say legacy manufacturers, I mean VW do an electric car, but they also have done petrol cars for the last...
Well, they have a servicing interval and that sort of thing.
So they say come in every year for a service. Hold on. So before I just go in, let me just check like the ID3 service interval. Let's see what they say. Service schedule. Yeah. So Volkswagen say you should get an inspection service every 2 years, and then a subsequent service every 1 year. But yeah, it's that. Well, sorry, you want me to come in for an inspection service on a brand new car? What could possibly
you wouldn't get one checked on
wrong with it
3 years afterwards, would you?
Well, the thing is, and a new
that's the minimum, isn't it? If you buy a new car, it's 3 years until you service it.
Yeah, but even so, after 3 years, what could be wrong with an electric car? There's nothing to go wrong.
Unless it's the manufacturing design flaw of some sort.
Yeah, but they'll ring you up at that point. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no. The Tesla has a thing where if you have something goes wrong with a car, it will just tell you take it in to get serviced because it's a new car.
Yeah.
Is it just the that under that? Yeah, cool. Transmuted, and I have the Herodic Staff. Now, just get through to the end, I think. Or do I have to talk to Matey Bob? Can't remember.
Good day.
I mean, you threw that over.
But my point about the legacy manufacturers was that they are continuing to expect you to bring your car to the dealer every year because, well, of course, you bring your car to the dealer every year. Like, because that's what you do with a car. So it's like, no, that's what you used to do with a car. Now you don't. Because there's no point.
But people's expectations haven't changed.
Yeah, but this is why I'm very much behind Tesla, because they are like, well, No, we don't. No.
Or we screw you over, sort of thing.
We don't do that anymore. Why? Oh, more importantly, our cars don't need servicing.
Well in destroying the clock.
I mean, later on,
We also need.
We are all
you,
I mean,
you
yeah,
want
the
stuff.
filters
You know,
and
well,
turn
you
to its
want
former
you want
glory.
filters, which you can do yourself. That's trivial. But then
I've been researching
you've got
the-
stuff like
Not in town.
what's it called?
Washer bottle
Wheel
fluid, that's-
bearings.
Yeah.
Sorry, what
Which you
pumps?
wouldn't do
Washer
regularly
pumps,
anyway.
Yeah, but washer pumps might go. Then you're looking at 10 years down the line, the washer pump might go. But that's the
Maybe,
thing that will break. That's not something you would replace on a service interval. You replace it when it breaks, not preemptively.
Yeah.
But it's like timing belts. You don't wait for a timing belt to break. You you fix that on its service interval. You really don't want the timing belt to break. That's
Good day.
Yes, indeed.
anyway. I can now do the thing. I can now go through to
Okay.
Arcane Sanctuary. But yeah, I it's the same thing with a lot of things, but I find this change. We're in the most interesting period in mankind's travel changes since the horse and cart became cars. Yeah, that's the last time we had an upheaval of this sort of change, and the next one will be when we get self-driving. So I'm fascinated by all what's happening. Oh, can you send me a town portal so I can get the waypoint for Arcane Sanctuary?
Oh, yeah, one sec. I ran away from it. I'm thinking you had it.
No, because I'm not. I haven't gone there yet.
Okay, bear with.
But yeah, the one of the things I will do is I will get
Am I
a
the
second
first to
test
find
drive
this arcane
for Emmy,
fortress?
the same car, and I will also test drive the non-performance version just to see if I'm like, actually, this is fine.
What's the cost difference between the performance and the non-performance?
£11,500.
And that is not the battery, that's the how much oomph it does it one go sort of thing. Or is it what do they mean by performance? The power it delivers.
I don't know. So again, and I hate that I'm sounding like a Tesla fanboy. So I've been over every car configurator, left, right, and centre, just all over the place, and they are almost without exception fucking awful. Apart from the Tesla one, right? You have three options. There are only three types of Tesla. There's the Standard Range Plus, which I love the way that the plus is in the standard thing. There, and the Standard Range Plus, and on their website, it's quite fancy. I click on Standard Range Plus, it just says 278 miles of range, 140 mile an hour top speed, 0 to 60 in 5.3. And let's be honest, those are the only three things you really care about in a car. Those are the only comparable figures. You don't want to know what kilowatt. I want to know 0 to 60 if I care, top speed if I care, range. I then click on long range. Top speed goes up to 145 miles an hour. The range goes up to 360 miles, and 0 to 60 drops to 4.2. So that's £8,500 more than the base model, and that's a 0 to 60 that matches my Impreza. I click on performance, which is another £11,500, and the range drops by 8 miles, top speed 162, and a 0 to 60 of 3.1 seconds, which is that's
getting near motorbike speeds.
well, my motorbike does it in 2.4, but I can't do it in 2.4. I mean, that's virtually wheeling to do it in 2.4. Motorbikes are crazy fast, but the difference is, anyone, a blind man could do a 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds in a Tesla. All you have to do is just put your foot down quickly. That's it. That's the whole of
the kick down.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, that's the weird thing. Some of the electric cars I've driven have had a kick down. I'm like, what's this doing? I don't understand what the kick down's for.
So you get me out of here fast, you know.
Yeah, but the kick down is normally to say don't change gear in a.
Or change down gear.
Yeah, but mostly what it means is don't change gear at the efficient point. Keep revving all the way to red line. I need to go. You're telling the car do not change gear. So what the hell's it doing in an electric car? I was like,
oh, I see. Yeah. It's got it in the Kia Niro.
Yeah, but that's.
That's a bit, well, it's automatic petrol driven.
But it's automatic. It's the point. So you're saying to it, don't change gear. I'm accelerating onto a slip road or whatever. I don't want to suddenly lose acceleration. Keep going. So what the hell's that doing on electric? Like, I was just a few of all the cars.
Yeah.
It might just be that those were ICE conversions, so they.
Yeah, well, that's what people are used to in terms of their design ethic, design ethos, and they haven't really worked out how to get around it.
I mean, it felt familiar, but I put my foot there, going, "Well, this is actually doing then? What's this? You know, a little bit."
Go fast button, make it go faster. I mean, I suppose it's a matter of switching it out of being gentle mode to maybe a bit. I mean,
but.
If it's that sort of thoroughbred, well, not thoroughbred, is it? That sort of racing sort of mentality, is it not a matter of
this was on a
go race?
This was on a Peugeot 208.
Oh, French, yeah.
Oh,
French
it was. Well, it's not French because it's Peugeots and Vauxhall and
GM.
They're one. Is it? No, it's not GM. There's basically GM, BMW,
General Motors,
Audi.
isn't it?
No, it's not General Motors. That's Ford. Yeah, Opel, Vauxhall, Citroen, Peugeot, they're all one company. I think they're called the BMI or BMC. And then Ford, GM, and a bunch of others are a different one. And then there's a big Japanese one. And then there's Audi, BMW, Porsche Group. AWG, I think that's called, maybe AWG. But yeah, the Corsa E and the Peugeot 208 is the same car. Like, the only thing that differs is what skin do you have on your heads-up display. That's almost literally the only difference between the two cars.
Wow.
And this happens a lot. So people were talking about the new Seat Cupra. Oh, I'm not getting the Volkswagen, I'm going to get the Seat. I'm like, it's not kind of the ID3. It's literally the ID3, just with different body shell and different dials on it. It's everything else is the same. You're paying what badge you want on your car. The performance test also has a track mode where you can tell it, you can tweak the suspension, and you can also get it to tell you when it's time to come off the track and stuff getting a bit hot and stuff like that. Oh man, you've got all this.
Two-handed whatnot.
I've used those.
Oh, of course. Only a one-handed thing.
But yeah, I think
I accidentally opened a portal. I don't know how I managed that. Unless I opened it as a gift or something. I think I opened it as a gift.
I think part of it, and I said about this with a software company and a hardware company, I'm kind of used to my hardware suddenly getting new functionality. But that rarely happens in cars apart from Tesla.
Yeah.
So stuff like the track mode and the dogger, that came later on. We just updated the software, so we've got a new thing now. Oh man, you're coming the other direction, so it wasn't this way either.
No.
And the worst...
There's some yellow things over there, though.
Okay, I'll go look. You carry on converting things. The worst thing is, though, I'm fucking fanboying, and I've only been in the car 20 minutes. Ugh.
Yeah, fucking fanboy.
Well, at least I went in with absolute, I don't think this
Open
is really
mind,
good.
yeah.
Well, not even an open mind. I went in with a closed mind, and it just beat me round the head till I changed my mind.
Anymore.
Like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, no, I don't want to. But Tesla's rubbish. Oh, no, that really good. But yes, I have driven many fast cars in my time, and very few of them have punched me back in my seat like that. I mean, that's Ferraris don't, Lamborghinis don't, but electric, high-end electric. Wow. And at the same time, it's a beautiful, smooth acceleration if you want it to be. So, yeah, I've already emailed my accountant going, what do I do? How does insurance work? Does my company pay for insurance? I hope so, because that's a nice cost I can then drop on the company. Well, there's a limit to how much money I can get out every year, out of the company in a sensible way. And I very quickly realised, you do a budget and you go, what's my major outgoings? Food, rent, and vehicles. And two of those I can't really do anything about. I mean, I guess I could eat less food, but not a lot. And, do kind of need vehicles. But if I can make the company pay for those, that would be cool. The weird thing is, though, is watching a lot of the very odd anti-Tesla sentiment. It does seem to be very much born out of spite and sour grapes than anything.
Yeah.
Like people going, oh, panel gaps. Like, dude, have you done any modern car panel gaps? Or, the brakes overheat on track. And I'm like, I've seen how people drive on track, and a sensible person does about 5 laps and has a break. I've seen people chuck their, Peugeot 106. He chucked it around about 30 laps, and I'm not joking, until the tread fell off the wheel. And I'm not exaggerating. Yes. He separated the tread from the car. That's how much he overdo it. So when you're telling me Tesla's overheat, I'm like, I bet you can track a Tesla as long as you don't drive it like a fucking twat. But I would absolutely take it onto my local track at least once, just to see if that's good. Ooh, amulets I might be.
It's here, but you can also have this one as well, and that one as well.
Right, so I protected you. Oh, good. Fire resist 30%. The other thing is I personally have my doubts whether or not Tesla can actually manage what they promise, but they're trying, and full mark says it's full self-driving using the cameras. And they are saying they're going to offer it as a software-only upgrade.
I bet it's an expensive option.
Oh yeah, hold on, I'll check it. It's for a software-only upgrade, which is ludicrous. And especially considering you are merely buying the option for it to happen in the future.
A Boolean. I would like to buy a Boolean switch, please.
Well, it doesn't exist yet, so full self-driving capability is £6,800 extra.
Wow.
And it doesn't work yet. Like it doesn't do it. I'm not currently that concerned about full self-driving. I'd like that. I have been an early adopter, sir. You know this. And sometimes it's been brilliant, and sometimes it hasn't. And of all the things I want to be an early adopter of, an early adopter of technology that's driving around at 70 miles an hour is not something I want to be.
It goes. I don't feel like playing games today. No.
But the total for all the self-driving gubbins is about 10 grand, and it currently offers / will offer when the government get their fucking arse in here. One of them is Smart Summon, and it's limited in the UK to like 20 meters, but in the US it's not, and that's where the car will come out of the car park to you. It will come to you. And you can also give it a destination on autopilot, and it will navigate most of the way there. And then the next one is this is the best bit. It doesn't understand traffic lights in that mode. That's an added addition. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really.
They understand barriers in car parks. You have to pay to get out and that sort of thing.
Well, this is the it will just stop.
Someone in the car, and I'm just going to walk out the car park and watch it smash its way through the barrier to get out.
If you are using the Smart Summon and Smart Park, why do you need to park the car anywhere near where you are? The car can go park in a housing estate 5 miles away. You don't care. You wouldn't even know where it parked. It would just go and park. I like that idea too. Of basically, I fucking hate NCP, and if I can take money away from them,
profit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. £3,400. Let me work that out. That's about 10 parks in an NCP car park, and I've broken even. Something like that. Feels like it. Anyway. No, I parked in an NCP in the middle of Leeds to go to their market. Now this is, how can I phrase it nicely? This is a, say, a lower class market. It sounds horrible. This is quite a, oh, I found the quest. It's here, northwestish. Oh, I made my arse walloped. And it was a certainly a market in a less well-to-do part of Leeds. And I don't know how much it was. I want to say something like 24 quid for parking for the afternoon. I was like, what? I didn't know. I came back, and that point it's too late. You can take my town portal.
Okay. There we go.
Oh boy, an amulet with plus 17 stamina. Kill them for me.
Good riddance, freak.
I like the descriptions. Activated by the Tesla app, Smart Summon means your parked car will come and find you and park or unpark itself even in tight spaces.
Seekers
Cool.
of the tomb.
Smart
So that
Summon.
was one of the things in Iron Man, wasn't it? Or one of the films with Iron Man.
Yes.
Was him summoning the Audi.
Seekers of
Yes,
the
that's,
It's not
that's
driving
got
to
level
position.
3. It navigates complex parking situations while abiding by lane markings and stop signs, avoiding pedestrians and obstacles like traffic cones, trash bins, and rogue shopping carts.
are the signs of the six
Rogue
stars.
shopping carts.
But I do need to check whether or not that is a later upgrade.
No, there's a problem, isn't it? If someone's put a shopping cart in the way, it won't get out of the car park.
Well, yeah.
Shining, but
Well,
All it takes is one person to walk and move it, but it doesn't. You won't want to scratch the paintwork.
Well, the worst thing. So bear in mind that the Tesla stuff is quite advanced. I've followed self-driving for quite a while. Okay. Oh, it's the weird snowflake. And one people they pointed out. I think it was Mazda's self-driving. What they did is they drew a circle around the car, and they did it in salt, so it just looks to the car like a solid white line. Now, what's the rule of law in the UK roads about solid white lines? When may you cross a
No,
solid white
no.
line? Don't cross
You
a
may
solid
not.
white line. So the car just sat there going, every direction is not possible. Now, I believe the Tesla ones are a little bit smarter. I'm going to ask somebody who knows. No, it's not that one. Sorry, I was just typing something. Are you in a tomb? Because if so, you're in the wrong tomb. What's this one here? Top middle.
Oh, the security by obscurity is no security at all. Yeah, the full driving, you can pay 10 grand or you can subscribe
subscribe, and you'd have to really have a car for a long time to break even on the subscription. Like 100 months. Yeah, it'd be over 10 years if you're breaking even on the subscription.
Wow.
But yeah, lots of car manufacturers do this. The idea is that when you buy a car, if you buy a car and it has all the hardware, but you're paying the bottom tier for it, you have the bottom range car. But then when you sell it on to someone, they can activate the stuff. So you can buy what was the bottom of the range car and turn it into a top of the range car by subscribing to the add-ons.
You can get it bloody cheap, basically.
Yeah, well,
Essentially.
the point is, for the car's manufacturer, that means that later on, you know, if you're the third owner or something, and suddenly the manufacturer is getting some revenue, and that's what they need, ongoing repeat revenue.
Yeah.
And that is obviously, as I said, very difficult in the realms of electric cars, because there's not much in the way of what's the word, things to go wrong. So spare parts become a little bit, you know, you're talking about spare motors, spare batteries, and bits that break when you drive into something.
Oh, I better come out. Quick, better come in. Come in, quick.
Quick. Oh, wait, yeah.
Quick.
Sorry,
Come in, I can't wait. I literally can't wait.
Yeah, I forgot you got your screen. You can switch your screen.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Oh, I forgot.
My biggest complaint, I'm thinking about the Tesla, is it just doesn't look very exciting. It kind of looks like a Ford Mondeo.
Yeah. Meh.
Right?
Design.
Right? Well, it's not supposed
Design
to.
cues of me.
It's not supposed to be dirt quirky and different. It's supposed to just be a family saloon car. I think that's what they call them.
Greetings.
So we don't hoon it around like a lunatic and put it in super eco mode or whatever.
Thank you, mortal, for my
No, I don't think it has that. If it has, I'll never turn it on.
So they have recharging. So which would put
Regenerative, yes.
Not here.
regenerative braking and regenerative recharging. Whatever.
Greetings, Amazon.
Yes.
Well,
They,
This is not
to be
good.
honest, Tesla were one
Will
of
this
the
madness ever end?
pioneers of regenerative braking. It was kind of them that said you
here.
can do
the
it.
Archangel.
I mean,
Remember, there's a big
Prius-
fuss about Toyota getting it wrong at one point.
Well, Prius were the first people to do anything like this, and it was weird because
Good evening.
Toyota were the absolute first
Greetings.
pioneers, and they just sat on their laurels for ages and ages and ages.
Remember us fondly. You know, you bothered me far less than most.
The thing I don't like about the Diablo 2 GUI, by the way, is having to move things around. I'd like to move this to the quadratic cube
Oh,
button.
there is. To the cube. No, there isn't to the cube.
Yeah.
You can move stuff in and out your stash with a quick. You hold it rather than drag.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I've got a lot of stuff to do, I just grab the mouse. Yeah, because you can't. Oh, you can move stuff in and out the cube. Once the cube's open, there is a quick button to put it in the cube.
Yeah.
But you want, because I mean, I've got spare buttons. You think one button would just be move to stash, one button move to queue.
Here's a question. I've got two unidentified amulets. Will they be better if I identify them at this difficulty, if I crank the difficulty right up and then go and identify them? Or will they be just predefined anyway?
No, they're defined. No, they're already defined. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
okay. Fine.
Plus, this is Diablo 2. There is no concept of cranking the difficulty up.
Or mana.
Hello.
And a bit more mana.
What do I have to do to unlock the rest of this level?
Do you need mana?
Talk to Jaren.
Plus
No.
7 or plus 26 based on character level.
Nah.
Okay, I'll flog them.
You have done.
Not here.
Jaren tells me I should take you east.
Pale East. Skip cutscenes, what, last week?
Good day. Welcome to.
It loves hiding that minimap, doesn't it? It constantly turns the minimap off.
You.
I'll speak.
Good day.
Hello. I really need a proper sized belt. I'm still using a 2-row belt.
I've got a 4-row.
I've not said.
Yeah, well, I don't have a stupid hat on like you, so whatever. I do like when you run out of town, you do see the Wanderer disappearing off. Though I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how that makes any sense time-wise. Especially if you start. I just stood in front of him.
Yeah, you trying to smack him and nothing happens.
But like, I don't know
Exactly.
how that makes sense on the timeline because isn't he gone? Okay.
Yeah.
Quest log. So where do you want? Oh, I can't remember. You did it last week. It's not. It's Flare, Jungle, Lower Cross bars, and then Provincial, and then the Durance of Hate.
You want Carlim's bits and pieces, yeah? So have you got his eye?
No, I haven't got anything because I've never been here before.
Okay, so Spider Forest, Spider Cavern first. So
Okay. And that's
Spider Forest,
Carlim's.
look at the Spider Cavern.
So we want
It's his eye.
Carlim's twig, then Carlim's berries. Send me a TP because I don't have this waypoint.
Okay.
I have to say, overall, I'm super happy with my aircon, except I'm not happy with the fact that the remote control doesn't properly sync. So if I press the on button and I point it at my chest, the message doesn't get through to
Yeah.
But if I press on again, it's then out of sync with the aircon unit, so it doesn't really seem to understand that. And sometimes it just seems to struggle to reach it, which is a bit annoying.
Oh, have you not got the ability to tie it into Alexa or something?
Yes, but they haven't arrived yet, so I want the Wi-Fi units because they'll tell me actually how warm it is in the room. Probably quite accurately.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you just have it just go Alexa turn on the aircon and.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
but I assume I'm hoping I get a whole bunch of information as well with that. Covering temperature.
Mine's already got that built in, but I've not bothered to even venture at it. I'm like, nah.
What?
That's what I've got. I can control it with a remote control, and I don't need it on all that often. So.
That's not that. It's just that I've got my headphones on right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I point the remote control over my shoulder, there's only a 70% chance it will actually turn on. I either have to pull my headphones off so I can hear the beep, or I have to turn on and see if the lights on.
So that's just you being a lazy bastard.
Well, it's not very surprisingly not very
Mine,
reliable.
I can't actually reach the control. I put the remote control right near it.
No, that's not how remote controls work. But so is yours a Mitsubishi? Or is it or something else?
No, Panasonic.
Panasonic. So you've got the Wi-Fi adapter. It's
I just built in.
It's usually about 100 quid. It's not. It's extra all extra. It's usually about 100 quid, but it just
Wasn't
means-
extra, wasn't it? Was
Yeah,
it was.
but-
You can have this one or that one. This one has a Wi-Fi immediate. This one's Mitsubishi. This one's Panasonic or something like that. I'm like, well, I'll take the Panasonic one because I like the brand name better. And the difference is like, I think the difference is like 100 quid or something.
Yes.
I'm like, well, for that I'll have the higher quality one, please.
Yeah, I suspect the difference there was one came with a Wi-Fi adapter. There were 100 quid for a thing that
Yeah.
puts it on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But
this
that
is,
lets me. I assume I then get an app to then look at the Wi-Fi and then get a Alexa to. And I don't know which Alexas are in which rooms. That'd be a fun afternoon in my smart house.
Completely dumb house, more like.
Yeah. Well, I've got a Panasonic. I've got a Samsung tablet. Panasonic tablet. And the Samsung tablet has something called Smart Things, which is designed for house control, and they're really big on that. And I think that's Alexa compatible. So then I should probably start and get my house smart. Imagine there's going to be this period where people start. Aren't we supposed to be doing the spider thing?
Yes.
Was that the arachnid layer? Or the spider
No,
cavern?
Spider Cavern. Spider
Okay.
Cavern we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look forward to. I mean, I haven't seen people hacking other people's houses and cracking their aircon up or down or whatnot. Maybe it does happen. Maybe it's just not very newsworthy. I say look forwards to it. I worry about the times when people will start hacking houses. I know there has been stuff with smart door locks. I mean, that's what happened to Facebook. They managed to break the smart door locks. So you signed in with your Facebook app into the door lock, but that took back to the server. The C was allowed, and the server was down. So they had to get the one guy with a physical key to the building to travel several hundred miles to get into the building for them. Bear in mind...
Oh, so it's got a fail safe, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't have a failsafe. Well, it does. The failsafe is the door locks. You don't want the failsafe on your building to be open yet. So it locked out everybody. So with the Facebook thing, the servers broke in technical ways, but that meant that they couldn't log into the building. So the building was refusing external access through the firewall, essentially. So then what happened is they went round to the building to fix it, but the door locks are all smart door locks on the same infrastructure. So they had to get the and almost no one has physical keys because also you're bypassing the smart locks then. So they had to get the one maintenance guy, and you have to get very, very high permission for, hello, can you unlock the server building, please? My card won't let me in. Yeah, it was just this beautiful clusterfuck of failure.
Well, lessons to be learned, eh?
That's yeah, have more key holders, I think. Oh, you'll be pleased to know, the arcade, we have started to convert the secondary building into part of the arcade. Finally, yeah, it's happening.
The second building was like storage, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, not anymore, now it's empty.
Oh, right, you got all the machines that were in there out, or you sorted them all out, or what?
No, out, like, truckload after truckload after truckload's gone to storage. I'd send you a photo, but I left my phone at the arcade today, so
It's an empty room.
yeah, I know, but I've never seen that room empty in 3 years. It's what a milestone.
Oh, cool.
It's a shame that the Tesla isn't proper full self-driving. I've mentioned before, what I would love to do is send the Tesla, let's say I'd send the Tesla to you, because you're about the right point, get you to charge the Tesla up again, and then send it on to pick up my mum. And then I'd say, Mum, car's outside, stick your stuff in the boot, let me know when you're in, and I just tap the button.
In the boot.
Yeah, no, she puts her stuff in the boot. I put my mum in the boot. What's wrong with you? Hold on, here we go, here's the cave. This is the spider cavern.
Oh, so you want?
It's here. But yeah, that means that, I mean, the thing is, on the way up, or the way back, she could charge it, but on the way down, I need someone to charge it, because it can't quite manage from here to Cornwall in one go.
Yeah.
But I love that idea, because I did look into the cost of hiring someone to drive my mum from where she is up to where I am, which is...
Sure, yeah, sort of effort.
I'll have... Well, yeah, but the thing is, I don't want my... You know, I'd like to see my mum more, and she doesn't like flying, fortunately.
Buses, trains.
Yeah, buses are a long bus. So it's a 381-mile journey, 6.5-hour journey. Buses are more like 12, 15 hours.
So how do you get an automated vehicle to take a stop?
Well, I tell it where to stop.
Because it just say it doesn't need to stop, but you want to stop.
Well,
How do you make it say, by the way, can I stop please?
Well, if you want to...
Want the toilet? You know?
Well, yeah. Well,
Something just run up in the back. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just press. I mean,
Whatever.
if it's a taxi, there are self-driving taxis. You just press the I need to talk to an operator button. If it's yours, you just grab your phone and go pull over.
There you go.
Okay. What's next? I said the one of the hilarious, such awful things about self-driving cars is occasionally a car will turn up at your house with dead grandparents in it because they've died in the way. People die of heart attacks and the car doesn't care. The car doesn't know. The car will just continue its journey to you. And there's the slightly more gruesome situation where a self-driving car suffers, the top of it gets removed in an accident of some sort. And again, we'll just carry on with only half a passenger in as it turns up at your doorstep with a dead person in it. It hasn't happened yet. It will. I mean, obviously, yeah, just through a sheer numbers game, it will eventually happen. But I wonder when that will be. But can you imagine?
Probably they would detect
Grandma's
it's had some
here.
sort of accident and stop.
Well, I mean, it's got a bunch of
Half of Grandma's here. Should make it all of it.
Remember, it's got a bunch of sensors, but it won't have a sensor for has the top half of the car been removed in a truck
Yeah,
accident.
but what would remove it?
Well, let's say
Something bigger than the vehicle.
drove under a truck or something, but it might just think, oh, I've been in something's happened, but it's okay, I'm driving along now. It's not going to check the pulse of the driver, is it? But yeah.
Maybe it should.
Well, but the thing is, I say, what will happen? It will turn up, hey kids, Grandma's here, yay, let's go out and see her. Oh God, she's just died of a stroke or something while she's in her self-driving car. Yeah.
What is next?
Carlin's tested. No, Carlin's.
This
Carlin's
is
brain
fine.
in the Flare dungeon. Oh,
What is that for? Flare jungle. Flare jungle.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. Flare jungle. I love it. These little monkeys just come charging up to you and then die. Hey, bye-bye to die.
But yeah, I think given the nerd I am, I think essentially a cool computer on wheels that happens to drive quickly does fit me, as opposed to a cool car that happens to have an infotainment on. I suppose.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you, and the problem is if it's self-driving, then you want the infotainment. If it's not self-driving, then it's a bit of a distraction for a driver.
Oh yeah, when I say infotainment, I mean things like sat nav and the ability to play podcasts or music, or that infotainment is it means the screens in your car rather than watch.
I mean, on the Kia Niro, you can see where the power's coming from and going to and things.
Yes, yeah, they've all got that.
The
Tesla, it now comes with a racing game, and you can play it only while parked. You can play it on the actual steering wheel.
Or you can steer
to drive a car in a game, yeah. I hope you don't use the pedal to accelerate, because I can see that going wrong.
Yes.
And that's the worst thing about EVs is so when the guys talk to me, because there's no handbrake, I've got my foot covering the foot brake, because driving
There's no handbrake.
No handbrake, no. Oh God. What do you need a handbrake for?
No little.
What would you need a handbrake for?
Well, because you have to tell it you want to stop. You're on a hill or something. You need
Okay.
know.
Because now what was that? I drove a Peugeot 206, right?
I mean, no handbrake, as in there is no handbrake at all. There's no switch for it or anything.
No handbrake, right? So I drove the Peugeot 208, and I stopped the Peugeot 208. The 208 has driving modes. It has drive, reverse, regenerative mode, and park mode. So I put it in park mode, and then I went to get out, and it just went where put the handbrake on. I'm like, I put it in park. Why would you put a car in park and you didn't put the handbrake on? Like, what?
This shit hardware.
It got that situation where a computer is telling me to press a button.
Yeah.
Press the button. The Tesla doesn't even. It does have a reverse and forwards mode, but it's automatic. It assumes most of the time you want to drive away forwards, but it's using the depth camera to say, oh, there's something in front of you. You want to start driving backwards. It will make the assumption the way you want to drive, because it's going to be right 99.9% of the time. But there's no concept of handbrake. You put it in park mode, it parks. Whereas the 206, I just couldn't believe it when it said put the handbrake on. Like, who put the handbrake on? I'm not your slave, robot car. You're my slave. But yeah, I was saying, because I am my Prezza has a proper handbrake, a proper pull-up lever. I keep my foot on the brake when the handbrake's not on my way. So yeah, they were giving me the crash course in the Tesla. I had my foot covering the brake the whole time. The same thing on a bike. If you're not driving and the bike's not moving, you cover the brake. You do not assume the bike won't roll away. You damn well make sure it won't roll away. That belt is rubbish, but does give me 4 slots. And I need some more strength. Oh well, I need lots more strength for that. I don't know. I can't give myself enough strength. What we're looking for? Sorry, not
Play a dungeon.
play a dungeon. That's it. Bless you.
Thank you. Ooh, money.
But yeah, so the next step is to make sure Amy gets on with the car. I want to do a test drive in a long range, not a performance, to see if I'm like, actually, this is. The real question is that mind unhinged amount of acceleration and the smile worth £11,500? I don't know. That is a lot of money, but it was a lot of smile. And you know, how much is the smile worth?
I don't grand, according to you.
Well, maybe. I mean, it might be that's only £5,000 worth of smile. So in that case, you know, not enough.
You get a cheaper smile somewhere else.
Well, I said all of the. I thought they're all brilliant. I've honestly been impressed with almost every car I've driven. Modern cars are fucking brilliant. I mean, I drive an old car and it's a great car. And I've also driven old cars that were.
Do you miss any of the modern conveniences and some of the? Oh, here we go. On some modern conveniences and some of the sort of driver assist and that.
Well, remember the Impreza doesn't even have a screen.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have. About the
It's
only.
got gauges.
Well, but the only thing it's got is a
That's
rev
good thing,
limiter.
as well.
It doesn't have traction control. Doesn't have anti-lock brakes. It has nothing that you would consider a driver assist. It's just got.
Oh, I can't do that. You can do this though. Quickly grab that. Yeah, the kid bin should drop a thing, I think.
No, it did not. I thought it
Want
did.
to give you the quest?
Oh, there we go. Ah, monsters. Ah, help, help, help.
I'm on way.
Not
Oh,
too-
sorry.
Send us the town portal.
There's
no-
kid bin. All right.
Now the thing is, my old Golf had an automatic handbrake, and the problem I found with it is you get used to it quite quickly,
can't
which is
carry
fine.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked it. Well, I
Until-
don't like it. The only thing that's caught me is when I had to go back to a car with a normal
Without it,
handbrake.
yeah, exactly.
Like, why can't I get this car to reverse? Handbrake? What's a handbrake?
Yeah.
Don't they just come off automatically?
But yeah, I mean that's other things. So when I got my Golf Mark 7, it had start-stop. And I did ask the question of the salesman, does this not wear the starter motor out? He goes, oh, no. And I'm like, mate, if you never owned a car before, like things that go wrong in cars a lot, long way up the list, starter motor.
motors.
Like this is not a, holy shit. So in the Smart Roadster, for example, the head gasket doesn't go. It's the most rare thing. Subaru, head gasket failures all the time. But it's like that to say, oh no, starter motors don't break, and it's like, mate, don't try this.
Don't even try. Yeah.
But it means that, I mean, normally when you do a journey, your starter motor cranks once at the start of the journey. If you've got start-stop, it might crank, you know, maybe 20 or 30 times in a journey, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah,
Are you
it
not?
depends how bad the traffic is.
Yeah, but are you not telling me that the starter mode wears out 20 times quicker? Because I guarantee you it does. And they're not cheap. It's several £100 for a starter motor. It's not a trivial replacement. And that, you know, no starter motors and electrics. It's stuff like that I'm excited never to have to. I mean, I've had old cars for a while, and say the novelty of having to. Oh, here we go, level 2. Having to keep them running is gone, really. The Impreza has been good as gold. You know, it is a wonderful. It's a Japanese car. It's very, very good. But I don't want to service my cars. I just want to use them.
Also gives more reason for having a garage at home.
I don't know, back. What was that?
Gives you more reason to have a garage, you know, so you can plug it in or.
Well,
you
I've
know,
got a garage,
use
but
it
it
as
won't.
more your house battery. You know.
I haven't mentioned I've got a garage, but it won't fit my smart. It will fit my smart car, but you can't get
It's a
out.
joke, isn't
You
it?
can't
Yeah.
open the doors. It's like, what the hell? So yeah, that ain't happening. But yeah, I'll have a charge point there. But yeah, I bit like this. One of the things I actually mentioned in my Ubisoft interview the other day is, yeah, they're like, what do you miss about working in a proper company? I'm like, one thing is when you get up, right, and your computer just says, you know, NT load not found, and it's like, oh. Normally, it's like, IT department, computer's knackered, I'll be in the canteen, let me know when it's done. But when you're indie, like me, it's you. You have to fix the bloody...
Well, when you're a system support engineer like me, yeah, I'm the one to fix it anyway, because I can't wait for IT. It takes too bloody long. Raise the ticket! I can't raise the ticket, it's broken.
Yeah, but I mean...
cool, 2929. I can't do that either. That's
yeah, but
broken.
I mean, if it's something like, you know, the hardware's gone, or Windows needs reinstalling, or something, you know, it's just like... Or, even worse, it's blue screening with something obscure. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to have to fix this. You know,
the problem, the thing, oh, there it is. It's over there.
That's the same thing with cars. I don't want to have to fix them. I just want to use them. I don't want them to. I don't want to have to be any sort of, oh, my car's not working. Oh, you know, the differential's gone, or the clutch is worn, or timing belt snapped, or you know, I just can't be arsed. I just want them to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite often with my IT department, it was quicker for me to fix it. But sometimes, you know, sometimes your computer properly shits the bed, and at that point, it's nice to be working in a big company where they'll just fix it.
Well, these days it's all about security and taking your admin rights away and not letting you do things with the computer. You know, cyber security.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they did that. They did that quite a lot, but we had to point out a lot of the tools we ran needed admin rights. There's no way around that. And IT can be, oh, you can't use it all you like, and then, well, then I can't write computer games. Go and let my boss know I can't write computer games because you can't work out how to configure the admin rights in my computer properly.
Yeah.
Let me know how that conversation goes for you.
Yeah.
Remember, IT department, you work for us.
Yeah. Well, when it's Schneider, it's a lot bigger. We work for Schneider.
The worst one for the IT department is one particular build of Colin McRae got flagged as a virus, and the virus checker would detect it. And I had to have quite a long and slow conversation with the IT department going, this is an executable that I have compiled from the code. I wrote this. There is no virus in it. More importantly, the executable I have compiled is not for an Intel chipset. It is for an MIPS chipset. Even if it was a virus, you can't run this on this computer. Right, but it says it's a virus. I'm like, the heuristic scan has matched the byte string within the executable. This is not an executable for this platform. It cannot be a virus. You need to put... I only want an exception for the build folder. You don't need exception for the build, but I promise you this can't be a virus. There is absolutely zero, it might be, it's not a virus. That was a nightmare trying to get to that.
Right. Come hither. Oh, you... Sorry.
Oh, I forgot. So this is something they should change. Crossbow bolts and arrows being different fucking ammo.
Yeah.
Bolts.
Yes.
Bolts.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah.
Cool. I think my biggest complaint about this game, you know, certainly in post Diablo 3 era, is it's like I've just got a crossbow and I don't know if it's any better than my bow and arrow. There's no way to tell. This is 7 to 11 very fast, and this one's 9 to 16 slow. And got a socket. I don't think there's any way to tell. Magic arrow damage, attack damage 12 to 42. Attack damage 10 to 18. Oh, wow. But yeah, without knowing my speed, it's hard to say if that's better. It feels better, so I guess I'll try it. Questlog says, Carlin's heart in the sewers underneath the Kuras Bazaar. Kuras Bazaar, not Kuras, that's not a real word. Yeah, I've got Carlin's walnut there.
Nice.
Oh, and Gibdin. That's a skill point, isn't it?
The kid bin.
Gibdin. That's a skill point?
Not
I
until
think you talk to almost does the protection on the place found here.
This magic ring.
Yeah.
Oh, he just chucks some shit. He just shoves a magic ring straight into my pocket. Oh, well,
Yep.
thanks. He's giving me a magic ring with 4 of 22 charges. You fucking cheapskate, Orbis. Bollocks to it. I'm sending it back to you. Yeah.
Almost 0 fucks are given.
You now are shortchanged by Orbis. A sensible sized belt. Nice.
Yo. Heart is in sewers level 2, level 1. Kuros Bazaar or Upper Kuros?
Kuras Bazaar in the sewers. In the sewers
I
under
think
the Kuras
both
Bazaar.
of them. Yeah, I think either of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it all connects up, doesn't it? But yeah, if you teleport
Yeah.
through to the Kuras Bazaar, chuck us a doobie.
A
What's
tup.
it?
Have a tup.
Doobie, what's it? Accepted.
That's the in temple.
Whoa! Okay, 1, how are there clouds of demonic flies? 2, how am I hurting them? Like I'm firing arrows at them. How does that work?
Staining them with some nasty poison. I don't know.
Well, it was a fire arrow, I could agree, but I can't just shoot arrows into a bunch of flies and go, oh, you're fine. I kill like a few of the arrows. Arrows? Flies.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
need mana.
That's fine.
That's something good.
How did the interview go, by the way?
It went very well, but they're not looking for me. They're looking for someone in management, which is fine. But I'm like, well, I don't know why you interviewed me, man. I can do management, but I'm definitely technical. I need to formulate my. I should have made that today. Thank you very much for considering me. If a more technical position comes up, I would certainly be interested in pursuing a career with you. Blah, 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 blah. But it was not, to a degree, it was nice to be wanted. It's nice to be headhunted. It always is. If they were offering more money, I'd have cared. But the money was 50k, and I'm like, oh.
Don't get out of bed for less than 20.
Well, it's not that, but I'm not running your multi-billion-dollar project, and I'm responsible for a major part of it for that much money. That's. I'm at the point in my career where I can be. Maybe not in a couple of years, but certainly today. Maybe not when I've got a Tesla to insure. Maybe that'll change things. So I don't know how to insure it, and this is a question I've asked my accountant.
Isn't it the same way you insure most cars?
Well, no.
Oh, because you want to pay for it.
Because the business. Well, the thing is, the business will own the car, not me. So how does that work?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, you probably can you not lease it? That's what you can't lease.
No, I can't lease it. It needs to be a large amount of money gone.
Yeah,
But-
to the business.
So the issue is, so when you insure a car, you just insure it for you. Now, normally on the company, I think what will happen is I'll have to get a company insurance and then declare
Which
what
would be more
drivers
expensive.
on. Well,
Yeah,
that's the
then
thing.
you have to get an ROC check and things.
A what check?
It's a driver check thing, basically. May not be ROC to do it, but
I suspect that's a company policy rather than a legal requirement.
possibly, yeah.
But yeah, this is the thing. I need to find out because I need to find out. If the insurance is 2,000 a year, yeah, fuck it. That's
That's a lot of money though for insurance.
Well, I don't know. Because remember, this is a company insurance where I
Yeah.
could have 1,000 employees that might be able to drive the car. I don't know how it works. And I suspect suddenly the number of
It's probably
insurers...
something like fleet insurance, isn't it?
Yes.
You have a fleet of vehicles.
I'll have a fleet of one.
One.
How?
So far.
Yeah, well, the plan is to go to 2, but not till end of next year.
And then there's something. Coincidence was there something? Okay. What's that one? The sewers? Sewers level 1, here we are. Gun portal coming up. Good thing about this aura is even fast-moving mobs always get hit
Yes.
because they have to come into and out of range of the aura.
It is pretty hacksy. I like it.
Yeah.
So apparently I was just out with someone who does have a company Tesla, and he says in his case he pays for the insurance. The company owns it, but he pays for insurance. Which is okay. That's a pity, but good.
Well, I think otherwise the company would be like, the company insurance is set up for not just one person driving one car, isn't it?
Yes.
Company insurance is like many uses, many cars.
So as I mentioned, by the way, the Tesla allows you to use your phone as a key. Just as standard.
Oh,
but the
does
other
that sort of require some sort of internal? I'm inside the car with it unlocked, therefore I'm allowed to, rather than I'm near the car and I can hacks my way in.
Well, if you're near the car, I mean, if I'm standing near the car and you're on the passenger seat, you could probably drive off, but not very far because you get out of range of my phone and then it go away in a moment. But
that's the theory.
The other cool thing is you could also, yeah, that's right. We need to pool our runes at some point.
Yes.
The other cool thing though is that I can lend my car key to so you download the Tesla app and I can lend you my car by lending you the permissions via the app, which is quite neat. It's also got child mode and valet mode, so you can say you can borrow my car but I'm limiting you to 50 horsepower because I don't trust you. Very American, is it? Valet mode.
Yes. Do it some random to drive it around for you. I mean, if I had a 60 grand car, would you lend it to someone to let someone sort of clean it? Maybe.
No, well, depends.
No, maybe it needs to be cleaned, but you know, I don't indulge in that.
No, like a valet.
I clean it when it's dirty, and the inside generally gets vacuumed when I realise that it's a bit
manky.
because the kids are maybe eating too much in the back of it.
Yeah, the valet mode though is when you go to a hotel and somebody parks it for you. It's a very American thing.
It's not just a clean.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
well,
not
it
a clean
might
at
be.
all.
Like if you drop your car off at a cleaning place, you could then put it in valet mode. You can also geofence it, so you can say the car cannot move more than 200 meters from here, and it'll just stop if you try. This I like that cool tech. I might not use it very much, but there might be a situation where I go, brilliant. So you could just, I mean, if you were really worried about the car getting stolen. As well, it can detect it's being moved and then but it can text you, and it's trackable because unlike most cars, it's very hard to nick a Tesla because it's GPS tracked at all points and it can talk on the GPS network. You'd have to shove it in a Faraday cage, and at that point you're not nicking Teslas, are you? You're nicking Ferraris.
Yes.
The thing is, I'm super duper duper excited. I continue going, yeah, until my brain goes £60,000, and I go, it's a very large amount of money. I don't want to spend.
Like buying a house.
Yeah, but that's guaranteed a sensible purchase, definitely. And I didn't have a choice of 10 houses, and one of the houses drives much faster than the other. wasn't quite the same, but yeah. But the thing is, and I realise I am justifying to myself. If I buy the car for £60,000 and here I don't like it, I will get most of that £60,000 back, depending on what the depreciation is. I won't get all of it back. That's not ever how it works. But I'm not throwing £60,000 to the wind. If shit goes sideways with projector games, I can probably get, you know, worst case scenario, I could probably get 30,000 back even in a couple of years. So I'm not. It's not like I'm spending £60,000 on a holiday where, you know, after the holiday that's it. You don't get some of the money back afterwards.
Yeah. That's why I object to the price of cruises. You feel healthy. You're bright green, but you feel healthy.
I like is you no longer fear fire. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't fear snakes. If it bites me, I'm going to die from it. So fearing fire does not seem to be the problem. Oh man, these mobs are a bit high for me. I'm struggling on attack rating now. I put points into attack rating.
Yes.
Dexterity? Ah, yeah, good, because that's...
Yeah.
Wow, so my mate with a Tesla, and it's not as good as what I'm getting. He's paying $1,000 a year in insurance. I'm like, holy fuck.
How old is he?
Early 30s, I think. Maybe mid-30s.
Wow. Has he had accidents? I was wondering why it's so high.
I don't... Well, because it's a Tesla. But I pay half of that on the Scooby, and that covers 8 track days a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't hit these for shit. That's one of the things I have come across for people who've bought cheap second-hand imprezzas. And here you go, super stairs. They've bought cheap second-hand imprezzas. They're like, oh, I'm 18, I've just bought this, yeah, cheap impreza. And then it's like, the cheapest insurance to go out and get is £8,000. What can I do? It's always the same response. Everyone goes, right, okay, got the heart. But right, take your impreza.
Your mum also wanted to
Put it in a garage.
themselves on
No,
it.
no. Take your impreza. Put it in the garage for a couple of years. Do not drive it. Go and get yourself a 1.2 Fiesta. Thrash it within an inch of its life. And only when you've had plenty of experience, get into your impreza. You will kill yourself. I'd have killed myself if you put me in a 300 horsepower sports car at age 18. Not have gone well for anyone, for me or anyone nearby to me.
Talking about runes.
Yes, I've got a whole 2 runes.
Oh wow, I've got a few more than 2.
Yeah, but with runes, there's a whacking great fucking spreadsheet of what to do what and what to
Not in
trade up.
town.
And
Oh,
what
well,
to
I'm
do.
just melding them up to the higher
No,
runes. Is that
because
not
you have to make
possible do?
rune words, remember?
Yes,
And so sometimes the lower ones are useful.
in the rune words. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those. You might as well just say this feature requires the wiki page. Don't do
Yeah.
that. Don't implement things that require me to wiki it. Your alcohol. Where's a shearer? Where is a shearer?
Right at the back.
Why is it not at the top? The
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
So Mike's insurance is more expensive because he has first-party cover of any other vehicle that he's driving. Normally, normally it's third.
Yeah, third party fire and Jippo.
He is amongst other things, he's advanced
In that
driving.
case?
He's an advanced driving instructor. I suspect is part of it.
Oh, I see. So that, yeah, typically does take people out to sort of teach them how to
And he
drive. But
might
if they
act-
crash, it's
Yeah.
wow. That's part of his job, I suppose.
Yes, I think it might. Yeah. Okay. Quest log. Harlem's flail and provincial. This one's easy, isn't it?
Greetings.
Because this is a fixed level. So,
Yeah.
send me TP. I need TP for my XP.
TP for your weapon.
It's up and right. This is a fixed generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tesla do an extended test as well, but you're limited on the extended test to less than 200 miles. Also, I said I've test driven a lot of cars. They all just let you test drive it. Tesla points out that you're liable for damages. You're insured, but you're not covered. You break it, it's up to you. Whereas all the rest of them is like, yeah, cool, take the car out. Let's know how you go.
You have to drive with someone in the car. Someone sensible as well.
Honda made me drive with someone in the car. There was no sensible element of my driving. If he said, "Yeah, mate, can you slow down?" I'd be like, "Then I'm not getting it." If you expect me to drive a car without testing how it accelerates, brakes, and goes around corners, that's not how it works. I'm here to test it, see how I feel about the car.
You have to smash the thing.
Yeah, I need to convert it first. No, I don't. No, I just have to.
You have to combine all the bits. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh. What do I combine? The flail.
We found this out. We need to find the flail. It should be out here.
Flail. Yeah, I've got the flail.
Yeah.
And the eye and the brain.
Oh, you're missing a bit. Eye, brain, heart. You use heart, which is in the sewers.
But
we get the heart?
No, that in the sewers was the brain. Oh no, hold on. It's in my inventory.
Yeah. It's Lan Essen's Tome that gives you the inventory, the boost, points boost. That's 20 health boost, isn't it?
Oh wow, I missed it the first time I tried to hit it. I'm mighty!
It's really open. Bastards.
Oh, my frame rate just tanked? What the hell? Oh, I pressed G. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, my frame rate's tanked. And someone dynamic what's going on? Hold on. Like it's gone down to like 20? Yeah, I'm getting 20 frames a second. Oh, I'm out of VRAM. Hold on, let me shut down Eden? Let me shut down Unity. Yeah, I've run out of VRAM. I'm thrashing. There we go. 120.
Actually, frame limited mine because I didn't like the heat.
Yeah, but remember, I'm on a 144 hertz screen, so mine's frame limited at 144.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I turned mine down.
Is that right?
I just don't want it generating.
So
Mine's 162 or something.
Yeah, I've got resolution scale on. The resolution scale up, dynamic resolution on, and I told it to try and target 144 frames a second.
Wow.
Which is not managing. Oh, it is, yeah. But yeah, dynamic resolution is just glorious. So basically, if the frame rate drops, it just makes the screen go, I say blocky. You pretty much can't tell. Like, your frame rate has to be somewhere catastrophically low for you to really
Over here.
Yeah, I've got a lot of mobs, I'm afraid.
Oh, right. Coming to you.
Oh, wow, they just one-shotted my helper. So the real question, I mean, two questions, obviously. What am I going to name my car? It's obviously a important decision. And I have no truck with anyone going on about Tesla build quality. Like, it's just, pay attention to modern cars, you obviously know what you're talking about. But the paint on them apparently is shit. It's very, very thin paint. So I would want to buy the car and get it immediately wrapped. So that means when you remove the wrap, underneath the wrap is perfect quality, non-UV affected paint. What colour do I wrap it? Yeah, so I'll go with that.
Purple?
Well, I could go with a matte purple, or I could go with like holographic, or like crazy decals, or rainbow colors, or Monster Energy. I could get it done up like a Subaru.
You don't sponsor you.
Get who to sponsor me?
To sponsor the car's wrap.
Ah. Well, if anyone's watching and they want to sponsor my car's wrap, or drop me an email, info@projectorgames.net. Yeah, that'll work. I think the only person watching it is probably Tad.
Oh.
I do suspect I will not be able to resist tracking it at least a couple of times just to see at my local track, which is a little one, just to see what that much sort of whoosh is like. And the thing is, if I like that, probably will get rid of the Impreza. I've already asked Tesla to value my Impreza because they will give you a trade-in value, and I was curious to see whether or not, like, how much they think it's worth. And I
We'll
did
give
say,
you a free Tesla.
well, if it's worth more than my car, it might not be a bad. That would be a heart-wrenching decision, but probably a sensible one. Like, essentially, my car that I bought for 8,000, I get to trade in for a ridiculous
New car.
electric milk float of doom. I'm very curious to find out about Diablo 4 though. I'd say whether or not they. I really like in Diablo 3 starting a new character and immediately just going into rifts. I just like the here's a shit ton of mobs, kill them all, get some rewards. I like the story in Diablo, but only once. I don't really want to repeat it. It wasn't that good the first time.
Endlessly, yeah.
Wow, a level 6 ring plus 1 to the jack, plus 1 to health.
On to Japsai.
Plus 1 to Japsai. What? See, I got 2 Japsais. That would be horrible. Although, as we discussed in our conversation about not asexual, what's the not transsexual? God, what was the word? Intersex things. Having your Japsai, as we've so unpolitically incorrectly described it, not in the right place is astoundingly common. Found out. Like really common. Like really common. Not like every third person, but I would have said, 1 in a million, not 1 in 200.
Success. But still, there's something not right.
Wow, acquired strength 70. To hell! Eerie music. Watched it last time. Hurrah! I like this area because Tyrael does everything.
Here's a dark.
Tyrael resurrects people, Deco's right next to me and identifies
Good
stuff.
to see you.
It's a lot less walking around.
Yes. You should have only one person to talk to get repairs though or something.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to gamble? Why am I allowed to gamble up here?
Yeah, if you've got serious money to burn, this character gives you some of the best stuff in the game. Like you need serious money to gamble with. Which part's not totally true, Tad? Sorry. But you're watching us, clearly you are. Oh, a fast crossbow. How am I supposed to compare a fast crossbow against a slow crossbow?
Isn't it just fast is better than slow?
Well, no, because if it's fast but it does half as much damage, is that better than a slow one that does twice as much damage? I don't know. And you
Fast
don't.
one would be better if it fires more often.
Yeah, but if it fires twice as often but does half as much damage, it's the same. But if it fires 103% faster but does 98%, it's slightly less good. And I hate that. I just can't damned it not working.
I just dropped a belt. I got a few here. I'm not sure if it's helpful or not. What's your class use?
For what, sorry? Bows and arrows and javelins?
Oh, okay.
Not
I've got any
here,
bows and arrows I
not
can
in
give you.
town.
Bows anyway.
Bows and arrows.
No,
So I've just
no,
gone.
I'm going to bows.
I've just gone to a bow that does a whole bunch of damage. Blood, poison.
Right.
Send me TP. For my quests. Look for Iswal in the Plains of Despair.
It's actually back.
Near the Plains of Despair.
Is that where I'm going? Probably half did this one and gave up, didn't it?
So again? What, this area?
Probably half did it, yeah. Outer steps, plains of despair, right, so basically you need to go back to the main. Like it's down to River
River of
Flames.
Oh, that's right. That's the next bit. It's River of Flame, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go to the outer steps.
Steppies.
Hmm.
I can actually kill things down here, but it's fairly slow going. I can kill them as long as they can't get to me.
It's hosted by you, or set for your character, so it should be more geared up for you than me.
No, there's no balancing like that in this game. That's Diablo 3 you're thinking of. These monsters are over a fixed level. So if I twink my way into a higher level, I'll just get my arms pulled. But because I am too low a level, I'm alright. I'm just about alright. My helper on the other hand is a fucking idiot and is just dying. Also, again, they went on about how they've improved accessibility. What they've actually talked about is they added the miss indicator. But, like, why are there no damage numbers in the game? I understand it wasn't in the original, but this is whatever it is, 20 years on from the original. I want damage numbers coming up above mobs' heads when I hit them. So then I can see when I'm critting, I can see my numbers go up as I improve. But definitely not an option for that. Twice the projectiles is twice the chance to miss as well. That is truth.
Wow. Alright, now I found the right place. Commons bitter.
I don't know what commons bitter is. I think that's something about a cake.
Mmm, yum. I think it's supposed to be come here, please. Come
Commons
yeah, come here,
bitter.
please.
Come in the bitter. Bitter is good, isn't it?
Please.
Please? I don't speak. I speak very little German. I know the word for butterfly, hospital, and police. And
I'm just
that's about it.
because it's like rave, isn't it?
Schmetterling!
Yeah.
I believe the French word for it is pamplemousse. Yeah, and Krankenwagen is ambulance and Krankenhaus is hospital. I wouldn't do very well in Germany. I'd have to use an arrow. Yeah, so a bow plus knockback is pretty fun. Oh, there he is. I'm thinking about the math in my head, and I'm pretty sure it evens out. So double the chance to miss. It's still the same percentage, double the opportunities to miss, but the what's it called? Block rate is still the same. So you still hit 90% of the time. A miss is more painful, but over the time frame it should be the same. Did you see the pictures of the new Vive headset, by the way?
Nope.
That's pretty impressive. It was linked in the chat. Like, ooh, is that really what it looks like? Like, ooh, like I'm. Oh, it's got adjustable lenses, Brian.
What?
It's got adjustable lenses.
Plus blind bastards need glasses.
Yes. I don't know. Am I? It says up to -6D, and I don't know if I'm -6D.
D?
D.
What's a bloody D?
D.
Oh, -6 diopters.
Yes.
Probably. Why don't they put bloody right qualifier on it? Muppets. So, plus, what's the plus count?
So
I'm positive, correction.
pretty much, basically it means fixed short-sightedness up to 6. I don't know what mine is, but that's what they look like, and it's like bloody hell. Is that actually what they look like? That's
Kiri was a fool to have
very
trusted.
impressive.
Goodbye.
That's the new HTC headset. Right, that's what you want. You want headsets that are much less bulky and things, but we shall reserve our judgments. So you're going to send me one from the flames of Flame
The
City.
time has come.
I've got some crap I need to unload.
Okay. Here.
Oh. I'm in a menu. I don't want to throw things on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not sure their context sensitive menus were quite all, but like, I have a lot of buttons. I think they could have done better on that. I think they've done better than the original, and I think they've done a good job in adapting a non-pad game to the pad overall. I think they've done an excellent job, but I don't feel. I feel they could have spent more time on it, and it would be better.
Right, swap one. We're on City of the Damned, River of Flame, aren't we?
Yeah, I just teleported to the River of Flame because it was right next to the waypoint.
Yeah, and Hadriel, so you can't go there because you got to smash his Soulstone first, which is
River of Flame.
River of Flame. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You might make it. Oh, dear me! Hold on, let me open the window.
Okay, yeah, I can't fight those. There's a couple of champions here. That is not happening.
So look. Oh wow! Looks like a big pair of glasses, sunglasses, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's I'm just waiting by the waypoint for you in the City of the Damned. City.
I'll just put a TP down.
Oh, but I was coming in from the bottom upwards so I can murder everything.
To River of Flame.
Yeah.
Oh right. Well, it is at the bottom. You don't need a TP. It's just slightly behind where I am now. Still on my mini map.
River of Flame. Which way is for? Oh,
TP is backwards.
Just beyond Hadriel. We have to go back to smash the. Watch it. Don't we?
Halt!
Yeah.
Oh, he's
There's
like
a
halt, and you just walk past. You don't need to activate them, by the way. So yeah, but we have to go down and left to smash the.
Up here, isn't it?
I thought, I thought it was back. It's in the River of Flame, but it's before Hadriel.
Destroy Mephisto's.
Hadriel's like, halt! You must go back. Oh no, let me check. He says, no, don't.
Halt! Before venturing into
Before venturing
Diablo's
into Diablo's
lair,
lair,
go
you
to the
must
Hellforge.
Go to the
with
Hellforge.
Mephisto.
Yeah, back off. Yeah, we have to go backwards. But down and left. I'll let it says halt, then lets you walk past anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand because this is River of Flame destroying says false.
Yeah, it's the
Flame.
River of
Oh,
Flame.
no, because we're going out of the River of Flame, aren't we? That way.
Yeah, yeah. It's the
And
earlier
literally,
part of the River
yeah.
of Flame.
Yeah.
Do you reckon really rich people feel the way I do, but about yachts? And I've looked at 20 yachts. I don't care. Just get any yacht. I'm just done. It was fun to start with, as I've been looking at all the vehicles and all the different buttons and all the and I'm just like,
Sorry. What level's your character at the moment?
21.
Oh, that's not too bad.
There now. Right, so you should be 30 by the end of Act 4? Act 4, right?
That's 5.
Act 5?
Oh no, when we got to kill Diablo, yeah.
I love that your build is just lazy. You just stand there and just die to me.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling me one of your stories. And then I rolled a 3 and a 6. This looks good. And it I've got some monsters to go. Level 21. 2.
Wait.
2. Bear in mind, I'm not getting the top of the range Tesla. The top of the range Tesla is like 130,000, but it does 0 to 60 in 1.9, which is that's the Holy Grail. Holy Grail is sub 2-second launches. I think that's a 7-second quarter marker, but that's just because they can. Right? You can't use that on the road. That's where you need slicks, a prepared surface, you know, all of those silly things. It's the problem is to get to like 1.8 requires exponentially more power because you're approaching a 0-60 of 0. So as you get closer to 0, it becomes exponentially more and more and more to achieve. Ah, I don't have enough room. I do.
Keep picking up shit I don't want.
No, don't do that. I just pick up loads of potions and then dump them off every so often when I realise I can't too many. As an Amazon, it helps that almost all of the weapons and armor I wouldn't use, so I don't need to even bother looking at them. On the flip side, I only care about 2 types of armor. Weapons, it's a little bit less exciting. One of the better things about Diablo 3, because you only everything's based on weapon damage. like as a sorceress, I could carry around a bow or a staff. It doesn't matter. Usually, you want a weapon that's ideal for your class, but but you don't have to. Obviously, I can't fire arrows.
Oh, fire swords out of sorts.
Yeah, pretty cool sword. Yes, I am looking forward to the new Borderlands, by the way. Oh, we're right at the beginning. Oh, I don't know where this thing is. Yeah, the new Borderlands looks like it might be quite cool. It's all Tiny Tina's themed. So we did play the last one. It was pretty good, but I was very pissed off at the rate they delivered the DLC content and the premium, shall we say, that I paid for the privilege of buying it from Epic. I was not happy with that.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm buying another collection from there. They had their chance. It's very rare I buy season passes. Very rare. And they pissed it
I suppose it's hard when being an indie, but it must appreciate some of the quandaries they go through.
Well, the thing is, Borderlands 2, to me, is the poster child for DLC. There's loads. There's the headhunter things that take, an afternoon to complete. And they're about £4. Then there's the really large bits of DLC that take you, a Saturday to complete. And they're about 15. They did a superb job on the DLC for that. And in Borderlands 3, they just fucked us over because we bought it on Epic. I bought the season pass, and then it then released on Steam the day the second bit of DLC arrived. A fucking 40% sale. I'm like, what was the point of me buying the season pass for an outrageous amount of money when I could have just waited till it came out on Steam and then bought it at the same price?
40% less, yeah.
Is it? I think not. I feel like I thought it was always up and right.
Well, I thought it was past Adriel.
No, because he says, "Stop, turn around, and smash my balls," or something.
Probably over here then.
I think that's what he said. No, I thought it had to be up and left. I thought it had to generate in that direction.
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. You found it. I've just got an updated quest. Smash your balls.
I didn't see it yet. Oh, I have.
No, you don't need to. When it says quest updated, you know you're within a couple of screens of it.
Yeah, I can't see the soul. I can't see I can see it now, but I couldn't see the quest updates. Obviously, I've done the quests. So. Hammer's here. Hello, everybody. Worst episode ever. It's worst episode only 3 more times.
Yeah, it's like those people who said they would never play Diablo 3 as it required online only. And you've never played Diablo, it requires online only. Like, fucking
Good, bye-bye.
The man says on the internet. So people are playing like, I can't play it on an airplane or something, and it's like, how often does that happen? I mean, seriously. Hey,
Yeah, grab all those.
yeah, you get that extra rope there, you get the multiple rope, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new James Bond film, by the way?
That was good.
I watched it in a fancy. I don't know if you saw the pictures. I watched it in a fancy cinema with triple screens. So
right.
5
Brilliant.
projectors. It was quite good. It was. I think it worked well because it went to just a single screen for most stuff, and when action kicked off, explosions and stuff, it went to the 5 projector 3 screen setup. So that was
Weird.
good.
So it's like one. So that sounds confusing.
There's one screen in front of you, and one screen to your left and one screen to your right. But the screen to your left and the right are each made up of 2 projectors.
Right.
And I could tell this because there was massive overlap and brighter bits in the middle. Wasn't impressed with that, but the actual film though, I'm not sure what happened. James Bond went around doing James Bond things. There was a bunch of pretty ladies with indecipherable accents. Poison and nanobots.
There was the nanobots.
Yeah, like that. And it's like, oh yeah, you definitely can't go in there forever, definitely. Yeah, like, wait, well, and there's big pools of acid because, well, you need big pools of acid. Okay, pools of acid. Okay, it was very James Bondy. That makes a lot of sense, but I did enjoy it. Okay, I like James Bond. I don't think it's ever been a bad one, really.
I suppose they're products of their time, aren't they? So people who go, oh, blah blah about it being a bit rapey and that. I'm like, well, it is.
Oh my god, they were. They're not now. My, they're like the earliest. So we decided to watch all of James Bond's film in order, and we didn't make it past about 2 of them because there's the bit where, hold on. So there's a bit where James Bond comes across one of the ladies, and he knows she's a spy, and she's like, I'm in the bath, can you pass me something to wear? And he passes her a pair of sandals. It's stuff like that, which was very cool and debonair in the 60s. Nowadays, it's like, alright, that's a bit fucking rapey there. But that happened quite a lot. But the thing is, back then, it was a very different time. But the new James Bond, there's nothing like that. Has never been anything like that. Daniel Craig's character, 100% not a creepy misogynist rapist, which was, I say, perfectly fine in the 50s. But yeah, it's just, the new ones have not been that. And I've seen people say they are. I'm like, you need to go away and watch Doctor No. Go watch, Goldfinger. Do you remember the name of the Bond girl in Goldfinger?
Yes, Pussy Galore.
Pussy Galore. Fucking brilliant. Real class act.
Stephanie Broadchest.
Stephanie Broadchest.
Dr. Stephanie Broadchest.
That wasn't one, was it? Stephanie Broadchest.
Yes, it was.
Oh my word! I thought Pussy Galore was bad.
That was in Moonraker.
No, you're lying. Fuck off. Moonraker, Bond girl. Good head. Good head.
A good head.
Good head. That's not much better. Let's be honest.
No, that was it. That was it. It was in Quantum of Solace. He makes that joke to Vesper Lint that she has to be Dr. Stephanie Broadchest or something.
Ah, I love James Bond. I love Moonraker. It's also, I know it's not one of the best ones, but I love the soundtrack. I love the way the special effects. I really love Moonraker. And as you said, though, it is a product of its time, because Moonraker was there to capitalise in on the Star Wars craze, 1979. Spaceships were cool, and the space battle was dire. With all the astronauts slowly floating towards each other. I will say the new James Bond film, I think it's got one of the fucking most dire Bond songs I've ever heard. I know Billie Eilish is a woman. All I know about Billie Eilish... Eilish, sorry. All I know about Billie Eilish is, well, 2 things. A, she's a singer, and B, she posted in some slightly low-cut tops on Instagram and lost loads of followers. That's literally all I know about her. And I've heard one song by her, and I don't like it in slightest. And James Bond, it's not something that I would listen to, but, the James Bond things have always been fantastic, generally, pieces of music. And this wasn't. I might watch Moonraker again. So, Amazon just bought a couple of properties, didn't they? So Amazon now own James Bond in its entirety. I hope they read the script of the new James Bond and read all the way to the end before they realised this. But yeah, all the James Bond films should turn up on Amazon Prime for free quite soon.
It's going to unload.
Ew. Jaws was amazing, and yeah, great film. Great film. Although, I don't think it's a great film. It's certainly a excuse me. What's it called? There's a lot of nostalgia there. It's hard to say if it was actually great or just I liked it because of where it was from. Ooh.
I can make, I think, a perfect diamond.
Ooh.
Yeah. Keep throwing things on the floor rather than putting them back in your chest where they come from. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's try that. Don't forget to empty your inventory of money.
I'm not planning on dying.
Oh, lucky you. Oh.
Oh, I also played a bit of the Avengers game because that's just up on Game Pass, and it's been widely panned. But I'll say the first hour is some of the best gaming I've ever played. It's up there as good as the new Spider-Man. It's absolutely superb, incredible graphics, moving story, great gameplay, really, really, really AAA fantasticness. Unfortunately, after a bit of play, it starts to devolve into procedural levels, and if you play a bit further, apparently it turns into essentially free-to-play, pay-to-win grind. But because it's on Game Pass, I definitely recommend, if you're a Marvel fanboy, couple of hours in it it's really, really excellent. If nothing else, the graphics are the current state of the art. There's one point one of the characters is upset and she sniffs. She just goes, yeah, she's trying to hold back tears, and her nostril flares as she sniffs. I'm like, I've never seen that in a game before. That is, you know.
Do some help here. Oh, you're helping. Sorry.
I am helping. But yeah, that's proper AAA state of the art. You know, subtle emotional nuancing from a character is not something you get in computer games. You know, sometimes you're happy if the character's mouth wibbles up and down in time to the voice. So I will probably play further into the story, but I could spot the point where it started to fall off because the instead of having bespoke cutscenes, your character would arrive and then say a generic line like, "Hey, we need to clear this area out now," and stuff like that. It's like, oh. I spotted the beginning of the we can't polish it like this for the whole game. I'm helping.
Huh?
I'm helping.
Yeah, I'm sure. One second. I've got a friend who wants to join.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to tell him how to join.
Friend.
This back. Friend. Pain in the ass. One of the two. That one. Right click. Copy image. That one. That one. Oh, yeah. Cool. Found it. What time to get him to join us in team what we call it? Discord. Whatever. Yeah.
I'm just having a quick look. So, as I said, I've got to say buy the car and then get it wrapped. But that might cost 5 days. I'll get my car and I won't be able to drive it for 5 days since it's being wrapped. That would suck. The worst one, and it didn't happen. It was very close. my motorbike arrived the day of my motorbike test, and I had that terrifying worry I was going to fail my test and then have the motorbike in my garage and I wouldn't be allowed to use it. And I'm like, oh no.
Motivation.
And then it'd be like, I wonder if I can get away with using it. I wonder if I change
Oh,
the
got damage. Hold on.
I wonder if I change the number plate over between my two motorbikes if I can get away with it. But thankfully, I passed my test, and the temptation was not there. Wait, what's this guy's? What's the paladin? Why's he got a building?
What?
Yeah, paladin.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he was a paladin. Yeah.
I didn't know he did golem. Yeah, he's a hammerden.
Yeah. What could be asking now? He's got a carry.
My upgrade for my motor rig should arrive either tomorrow or Friday. I've been following it. It was in.
Oh, right.
It was in Czechoslovakia. Oh, it's left the Ukraine. It's on an airplane right now.
Oh,
I love modern tracking stuff. Except when what happens, it'll hit UK customs and then it'll turn into freaking slush. As FedEx go, what? Just looking at cost of wrap a Tesla, 4,500 plus VAT. Now that on the other hand, I would probably have to pay, but I guess it's definitely worth doing, I believe. Oh right, that includes spraying the calipers. That seems a bad idea. Oh no, camera shake.
Death can save you from me.
not the red lightning. He's gonna eat me.
Reign of terror has ended.
No.
7% fire resist charm.
I knew.
Congratulations, you have completed the game. Oh wait, there's another bit. There's an expansion.
I heard later that he was defeated. And that the Soulstone were destroyed in Hellforge.
Eerie music. Hold any button to skip. Ah, that's better. Full vinyl wrap, 1,500. Ah, that's cheap. I mean, if you look at respraying a car, you're looking at $5 grand easy.
Oh.
And it's permanent. But with a wrap, you see, you can just go, you know what? I don't like it. Peel it off. Put a different colour on. For another 1,500. Put my gems in the sash. Oh, don't chuck my gems on the floor. Put them in stash.
Wait a minute.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, World of the Ancients. I don't know. Is this you can you still ruffle stop, or are you beginning to hit your limits now?
I'm going to hit my limits now.
Yeah, so we can always just go and do it properly. So you'll start to get some XP. I'm still well below where I need to be. So just looking, while I wait for you, just looking at some of the, I'll link you the image, you know what I'm talking about. Why on earth, if you're going to show about how good your wrapping surface is, why would you do that? That's obviously a model you've downloaded off the internet and clicked. I want to see photos of what you've managed, it's not even a render at that point. You've just, it's just the worst thing ever. But yeah, 2400 for... This is the thing with wrapping. It's not always a good idea to pick the cheapest.
Looks shit, doesn't it?
It's really shit, isn't it?
Something's happened to the picture, isn't it? It's all like a bit grainy when
it's
it's not
horrible.
there.
It's because people don't know how to do pictures or websites. You should know this.
Yeah.
They've downloaded a render of a Tesla, then they've just coloured it.
Yeah. The thing about like this one, is that a boost for everyone? The thing I liked about this was each item had its own boost. In the set items, so I've got Saigon's guard, wrap, shelter, and visor, and they've each got their own sort of boost for getting them. But then you get the boost for the whole lot, which is 10% lifestyle plus hit, plus 100 defense, which is not fantastic for this level of character, but it's the start. The better ring, to be honest. Anywho, right. It's 11:30, so it's probably time I went to bed anyway.
Okie dokie. That's not a bad idea. Thank you for that. I don't know what we're doing. I can't remember. We'll definitely be putting Carmageddon in the rotation. That was just fucking brilliant. That was really,
okay, cool.
Really good. But yeah, I will see you again very soon. Cheers for popping in.
Oh,
Thank
welcome.
you for watching, and